Hey everyone! Today we're going to Dinosaur National Monument. Now this is the Utah side visitor center. It's really fun inside. There's a short video you can watch in the theater, and then just teaching you about some of the history and the rock formations, things like that. This video was shot over winter break, so we still have a lot of that winter weather with the fog and snow. But it was a fun day to go. It wasn't very busy this day, so that was really nice. In the summer, you can take a tram from the visitor center up to the Quarry. In the winter, you can drive up to the upper parking lot, or you can take a short hike following a trail up here to the Quarry. When you get up to the top, there are some bathrooms, this pavilion. In the summer, we actually attended a presentation from a park ranger under this pavilion. It was very informative, talking about different formations and how the landscape is vastly different over millions of years. And all of that can be seen at Dinosaur, so that's really interesting. Like I said, this particular day was very foggy. I took this video so you could see the limited visibility, which it just felt so peaceful and wonderful with this fog surrounding us. Now inside the quarry, you can see this wall of fossil, and this is where they've excavated out a lot of the dinosaur bones, but they've also left some in place. So along with this wall of bones that you're actually able to touch, there are a lot of exhibits inside the quarry itself. A lot of exhibits that teach about the history, where the bones have gone, what's been done with them. So it's worth taking a minute to check that out. There's also a junior ranger program available at the quarry. In the visitor center, your child can pick up a little booklet with interactive activities and things that they can do. Ryan was the only kid that wanted to do that on this particular trip, and he just did some of the activities in the booklet. You can see him here reading it and working on some of the little activities. At the end, when it was done, he gave it to a park ranger here in the quarry, and she gave him this cute little wooden pin, and there will be a little snippet of that coming up at some point. So it's really interactive for kids to participate in. It's fun as an adult for the history aspect of it. If you love dinosaurs, this is definitely a place to come. Along with all of the dinosaur activities to do, there is so much to do at this monument. You can go on scenic drives, go backpack camping, there's bicycling trails, you can go fishing, hiking, you can ride horses, go river rafting, you can just view wildlife. Something we did a few years ago that was so much fun is we participated in something our county was calling a day trip, and it's just where everybody that wants to participate shows up at a given location, and then you caravan over to wherever the activity is being held, and you participate in an activity. And we did the stargazing activity. It was so much fun. I think we met at like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night here in town, and we caravanned out to the monument, and we went down to one of the campgrounds. Everybody parked and then walked over. You take your folding chairs, and then a park ranger had telescopes set up. They taught us about constellations. We just watched the skies. I think we saw a couple planets, and that was really neat. That was definitely something worth doing. I'd love to do it again. I believe Dinosaur is a certified black zone or black spot where there's zero light interference, so you can really see the stars. The Milky Way galaxy, gorgeous. This past summer, we went over to the monument and we went on a hike. We did the Sound of Silence hike. I think it was about 3 miles. I don't know if the kids loved it as much as I enjoyed it, but it was absolutely beautiful. The way that the terrain and the landscape changed so much. I mean, at one point we were walking through like a mud ravine. There was like a trail of quartz running through. Not a trail, a vein of quartz running through our trail. It was a more intense hike for sure, but there are some less intense hikes. Right here we're doing one of the easier hikes. It's maybe 50 yards off of the main road, and there's a trail, there's steps, you go up, you can see petroglyphs, so that's really neat. I don't know the history of these petroglyphs, but I'm assuming it's pretty similar to the ones at Jones Hole, probably the Fremont people 1,000 years ago. But it's really neat to get to see this history, so accessible. So we didn't do a whole lot on this particular trip because it was snowing. We had family in town. They weren't up for hiking in the snow, things like that. Still beautiful to see with it snowing this winter weather. Oh, it was well worth the drive. I have included some little clips and pictures from last summer from spending time down there. We spent a small portion of our time skipping rocks in the river. Like I said, we did that hike. I think we spent a couple hours doing the hike, and we took some pictures. The landscape is amazing. It would be well worth your time to visit Dinosaur Monument. We also drove farther in the monument to Josie's cabin. Now there's this whole legend or story about Josie having been in trouble, so she was hiding from the law, and she built this cabin and was like living out here, which, you know, hundreds of years ago wouldn't have been an easy feat. So the cabin is still standing. You can go walk through it, check it out. There's some picnic tables. We had taken some lunch with us last summer and sat at the picnic tables and had a little picnic. So it was a really fun day activity. To check out the weather difference from winter, the end of December, and the middle of August. It is definitely an extreme, but so gorgeous. Thanks for coming along with us. See you next time.